तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. We'd like to welcome all of the wonderful devotees who have joined us over Facebook Live, devotees who have joined us over YouTube Live, and dear devotees who have joined us over Zoom. We welcome each and every one of you to this day 10 of Sri Vraja Meditations 2.0. So before we proceed, we'd like to announce and congratulate the participants of the quiz session from yesterday. We'd like to congratulate Hari Prasad Prabhu, Mother Amrita Radhika, Anjudhi, Shimantadveep Prabhu and Vaijayanti Lalita Mataji, Meetanjali Pradhan Mataji, Meera Bhushan Mataji, Nutan Purohit Mataji, Janeshwar Gauranga Prabhu and Barshana Chitra Mataji, Hari Krishna Maddali Prabhu and Ananga Mohini Gopika. Thank you all so very much for participating in the quiz session from yesterday.
So today we will be discussing how did Krishna save a cow from the tiger. Then we'll go to Khechari village, then Bahulavan, then we visit Viharavan, we visit Basauti, Mukharai, and then we stay at the foothills of Sri Giriraj in the village of Radha Kunda for the next 3 nights. And in the end, we will discuss a quote on the glories of Kartik and Japa tip with a sweet pastime to enhance our Japa. So yesterday, we walked from Madhuvan to Shantanu Kunda, and we had the darshan of Talavan, Sankarshan Kund, Kumudvan, Padma Kunda, Shantanu Kunda, and Ganesh Ra village, where we spent the night. Today, we will walk from Ganesh Ra village to Bahulavan, then Basauti, arriving at Sri Radha Kunda, as you can see in the image here, where Sri Vrajamandal is in the shape of a lotus flower.
Haribo.
So let us offer our humble obeisances at our starting point here in Ganeshra village. Before we start our parikrama and take blessings of Sri Sri Radha Damodar Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Vargas, begging them to allow us to complete our parikrama of Sri Vraja Mandala. We understand by doing this parikrama, we are engaging in Pada Sevanam. By walking in the Lord's holy dham, we are directly serving the lotus feet of the Lord. And let us pray, O Lord Damodar, just as Mother Yashoda bound you with the rope of her love, we beg you, please allow us to bind you and your dearest Sri Radhe in our hearts with this loving parikrama.
Haribo.
So with this wonderful prayer, feeling deeply ecstatic, we will continue our parikrama. Today we will walk a little less than yesterday, but not too less, just 3-4 kilometers less. It's almost 24 to 25 kilometers. So we arrive at our first destination today, which is Khechari Gaon, Khechari village. This is the village where a very famous demon was born. Can you guess the name? It's Putana. This is the village where Putana was born. And Khechari actually refers to a demoness who has the ability to roam around and fly in the sky. Khechari Gaon is this place of residence of Putana. In her previous life, Putana was the sister of Bali Maharaj. Some say that she was his daughter as well. Her name was Ratna Mala. And when little Vamandev walked into the Yagyashala of Bali Maharaj, Ratnamala was completely enchanted in her heart, and she immediately desired in her heart, this little boy is so delicately, beautifully attractive. I wish I had a son like him. Vamandev, as Paramatma in the heart of Ratnamala, immediately understood her desire and approved and blessed her desire.
Haribo.
Later, when Sri Vamandev assumed the gigantic Trivikrama form and he took everything from Bali Maharaj, she became very much angered. And she thought, if I have such a child, I would mix poison in his milk and kill him.
Haribo.
Krishna, as Paramatma in her heart, understood this desire as well and approved this particular desire and blessed her. That is why in the next life, Ratnamala became Putana, who not only nursed Krishna, but also poisoned her breasts to kill him with the poisoned milk. Now, Kamsa, he knew about this demon Putana, and he adopted her as his sister. On his request, then Putana, who could transform herself into so many different forms and who used to drink the blood and eat the flesh of little children, she came in the guise of a beautiful mother to the house of Nanda Maharaj to kill Sri Krishna. Although her breasts were smeared with the deadly poison, Sri Krishna, who is the all-merciful, the ocean of causeless mercy, sucked out her life along with the poison and then bestowed upon her a position equal to a nursemaid in the transcendental world.
Haribo. And Sri Krishna actually just accepted the motherhood of Putana because she pretended to actually be an affectionate mother to Krishna, allowing Krishna to drink her milk. So Krishna actually forgave her intention, which was so vile, which was to kill Krishna. But Krishna just accepted her loving action, which was to give her milk to Krishna. So the Lord accepts the least qualification. He accepts that. He accepts the least qualification of every living entity and he awards them with the highest reward. That is the standard of Krishna's merciful and compassionate nature. This is how Krishna is. He will neglect the bad and he will just accept the good. Can we find a more merciful personality than Sri Krishna? In fact, in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Uddhava glorifies Krishna's supreme compassion. In third canto, chapter 2, text 23, Uddhava says, Aho Bakiyam Stanakalakutam Jigham Shayapya Pisadvi Lebhe gatim triuchitam tatonyam kam vadayalum sharanam vrajeva. Alas, How shall I take shelter of a personality more merciful than Krishna, who granted the position of a mother to a she-demon Putana? Although she was unfaithful and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breasts. So, meditating on this magnanimous quality of the compassion of Sri Krishna, we arrive at our next destination, which is the dearest forest, one of the dearest forests of Krishna, which is Sri Bahulavan.
This charming forest of Bahulavan is full of beauty. And we know that cows are extremely dear to Krishna. Namo Brahmanya Devaya
Go Brahmana
Brahmana
Hitaya
Hitaya
Cha
Cha
Jagadhitaya Shri Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha.
This forest is named after one of the Krishna's most dearest cows, Bahula. And according to Skanda Purana, Mathura Khanda, Sri Hari's Sakhi Bahula resides here. Bahula Sri Harir Patni Tatra Tishtati Sarvada. This place is now called Bati. It lies between Radha Kund and Vrindavan. This place, Bati, is actually Bahulavan.
Haribo.
According to the scriptures, there was a cow named Bahula who was once drinking the water from this pond when a fierce tiger attacked and caught her. She assured the tiger that she would return to be eaten after she had first gone to the house of her master, a Brahmana, and fed milk to her hungry calf. But when she got home, she told her calf, drink, drink as much milk as you can to your full satisfaction, because I've promised the tiger to return back. And after you drink my milk, I will go back to the tiger.
Actually, when Bahula came back, Srila Radharaman Maharaj explained so beautifully this pastime. It actually is such a beautiful pastime of this cow, Bahula, because the tiger was not letting Bahula leave. That, oh, how can I believe that you're going to come back? And Bahula said, I assure you, let me just go and feed my newborn calf and I will be back. So the tiger just took a chance and let Bahula go. And when Bahula came, the calf came running to Bahula, to its mother, and seeing the calf drink the milk from Bahula, Bahula started crying. And when Bahula was crying, the calf asked, what is wrong? Please tell me, Mata, what is wrong? Why are you crying? And at that time, while licking its calf so lovingly, she said, my dear calf, today is the last day that I will be able to give my milk to you. So drink to your heart's content. And the calf said, why? Why? Why will you leave? Where are you going? And then she said that I have promised this tiger that I will come back to be his meal so that he can consume me. But I just took a little time so that I could come and feed you for the last time. And all of this conversation was heard by the Brahmana. The Brahmana, the little calf was crying that, no, 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 I will not let you go. I will not drink this milk anymore. Instead, you stay here. I will go and give myself to the tiger. Let me go, Mata. You stay back. The calf said like this. Hearing this loving conversation between Bahula and her calf, the Brahmana made a determination. He said that it is my duty to protect the cows. And if that means that I have to sacrifice my life, I will do that. So, resolving this within his mind, he told Bahula, I will go. Both of you stay back. I don't have anybody. I just take care of you. So, I will go. Both of you stay. Your calf cannot survive without you. You stay back and I will go, the Brahmana said. And the Brahmana himself prepared to go. But then in the end, Bahula said, no, 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 you are our master. So then Bahula, the calf also said, I am also going to come. I am also going to come. So then Bahula, the calf, and the Brahmana, all three of them came and approached the tiger, each willing to sacrifice themselves. Seeing this sincerity of the cow, the calf, and the Brahmana, immediately at this place, Sri Krishna made his transcendental appearance, because the tiger was so shocked that Bahula kept her promise. The tiger never expected that Bahula would ever return. But she not only returned, but she came back even with her calf and the Brahmana. The tiger was really moved. And at that very moment, Sri Krishna, defying all laws of nature, Krishna himself manifested there. And the tiger underwent a change of heart. And by the mercy of Sri Krishna, the Brahmana, the tiger refused. He said, no, no, Bahula, you have kept your promise. So I will find some other way to satisfy my hunger. I am so happy that you came. You fulfilled your promise. So you may return back. So the Brahmana was so happy. He took his little calf, he took Bahula, and he was going. And when Bahula and the calf were going, Krishna said, hey, look what I have for both of you. And with his own hands, Krishna fed Bahula and her little calf. Krishna fed nice jaggery laddus. So thus, Krishna saved his beloved Bahula and her calf, as well as the sincere Brahmana, who was willing to sacrifice his own life to protect his cow, Bahula. So this is how Krishna reciprocates with the sincerity of his devotees.
Now let's take beautiful darshan of Krishna and his Bahula cow here in this temple of Sri Bahulavan.
So this lake that we see here, this Kunda, this is the same Kunda that Bahula had come to drink water, and that's when the tiger attacked her. So let us go down these steps of going down to the waters of Bahula Kunda, and let us take the water and sprinkle on our head and remember Bahula Mata, Bahula cow, and then let's go up the stairs and take darshan of this beautiful temple. We can see Bahula, the cow, and next to it on the left, our left hand side, if we zoom in, you can see there's a small deity of Krishna who is standing next to Bahula. Jai Bahula Rakshati Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai.
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wandered through these different forests during his Vrajamandal Parikrama, he became especially overwhelmed by the natural beauty of this forest of Bahulavan, and a charming and heart-rending description of this is given in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila chapter 17. It says, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered Bahulavan, the beautiful cows grazing surrounded him. They stopped eating grass and overflowing with prema. They began to bellow and lick his body. And seeing the affectionate motherly mood of the cows, Mahaprabhu became completely absorbed in ecstatic waves of prema. And then when he regained some of his external consciousness, he began caressing the cows, and they did not want to leave him. It was with great difficulty that the cowherd folk, they forced them onwards. All the cows, they were herded out. Now again, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became absorbed in transcendental emotions, and weeping, he called out, Kothai Krishna, Kothai Krishna, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And the herds of deer, they started now gathering. And they fearlessly licked Mahaprabhu's limbs with affection. First the cows, then the deers. And seeing these ecstatic emotions of the moving and the non-moving entities of Vrindavan, Sriman Mahaprabhu's absorption in transcendental ecstasy intensified, and he loudly cried, chant Krishna to all the deers, and all of those moving and non-moving entities echoed these words, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So right here, this pastime occurred at this beautiful forest of Bahulavana. And a very beautiful, mesmerizing pastime of parrots took place here, which we will discuss in our Japa tips section today.
So stay tuned. Next, from here, from Bahulavan, offering our obeisances to the forest of Sri Bahulavan, next we arrive at Viharavan. Now, Viharavan, as the name denotes, it is one of the places that it is a place of Krishna's most favorite pastimes. So Viharavan is not actually one of the 12 important forests of Vrindavan, but still it is a very important one. And it is said that Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, they met here during their stay at Basauti and Chatikara, respectively. So we will describe what is Basauti, what is Chatikara right now, because from Viharavan, we now arrive at our next village, which is Basauti.
From Raval, which is the appearance place of Srimati Radharani, King Vrishabhanu wanted to move to Barsana. And Maharaj Vrishabhanu, along with Sri Radhe, came and stayed here in this village of Basauti for 3 years, temporarily, before they moved to Barsana, from Raval to Basauti to Barsana. And because Srimati Radharani stayed here in her childhood, because Sri Radhe bas ke rahi thi, isliye, that's why this village came to be known as Basauti, where Radharani basti hai.
Haribo.
Meaning the village where Sri Radharani stayed temporarily, but she is eternally present here. Similarly, from Gokul, Nanda Baba wanted to move because there were so many demons attacking Krishna in Gokul. So Nanda Baba and the entire Gokul Mahavan village, before moving to Nandagaon, they stayed in Chatikara for a couple of years. So Srimati Radharani from Raval to Basauti, Krishna from Gokul to Chatikara, and in between Basauti and Chatikara is the Viharavan where they would meet.
And while staying here, that time, of course, Sri Radhe and Sri Krishna, they were, quite young. So they would meet at Viharavan, which was the central place connecting Chatikara and Basauti. Chatikara is a small village where Krishna would stay before they moved to Nandagaon. So Sri Radha and Krishna would meet at Viharavan, coming from Chatikara and Basauti, respectively.
So next we go to Mukharai. This village is the maternal grandmother's home of Srimati Radharani, Mukharai. Sri Radhe's mother's name is Kirtida Sundari, and her mother of Kirtida Sundari is Mukharai. Mukharai is the grandmother of Sri Radhe, and this village is named after Mukharai. Then we finally arrive at the Radha Kunda village. We will go to our camp at the foothills of Sri Giriraj. We will there have the good fortune of staying at Sri Radha Kund for 3 nights in the divine association of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. How much good fortune we have to be able to stay there, even virtually, even in our minds.
So we can see that this place where we are staying, camping for the night, 3 nights, for the next 3 nights, it is actually on the foothills of Govardhan. So we can see here in this picture, in the background is Govardhan Hill, and this place is called as Talahati. As we can see here, it is called Talahati. So this is the place where Srimati Radharani's lotus feet prevails. Jai 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 Shri Radhe. So in the shade of her lotus feet, we will camp here for the next 3 nights in the village of Sri Radha Kund. While being in the divine association of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, this will be our tents at the foothills of Sri Giriraj, where we will reside alongside with taking darshan of Sri Giriraj every moment. We can see Sri Giriraj from our tent. What good fortune do we have? Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhan Lal Ki Jai. And along with Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, we stay here in this wonderful place at the foothills of Sri Giriraj under the shade of the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. The best, best, best thing that could ever happen to us in this month of Kartik.
So today we conclude with the glories of Kartik, where Sri Hari Bhakti Vilas says that a person who during the month of Kartik hears the topics of Lord Hari becomes free from all the sufferings of hundreds and millions of births.
Hari 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 Bo. So now we move on to our Japa tips section, where we will discuss, in this special month of Kartik, we are discussing a sweet pastime of the Lord, which we can meditate upon before we start chanting our Japa. And we'll definitely see that our Japa will be elevated to a different level. So when Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, when he was wandering in the forest of Bahulavan, he became completely absorbed in separation from Sri Krishna.
And sometimes Mahaprabhu, he was crying piteously. He would clasp hold of necks of the deer who were gazing at his lotus face with loving glances and tear-filled eyes. Parrots, cuckoos, and bees, they began singing in the 5th note, and peacocks danced before Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, completely jubilant. The trees, the creepers, they covered themselves in buds, new leaves and flowers. And with their arm-like branches and twigs, they lovingly offered their flowers and fruits at the lotus feet of Shriman Mahaprabhu. Further, Shriman Mahaprabhu saw a female and a male parrot, Shuka and Sari and Shuka, sitting opposite to each other on 2 branches of a tree, lovingly quarreling about the glories of the divine couple, Sri Radha and Krishna. Shuka said, "My Krishna is Madan Mohan, the enchanter of the Cupid's mind."
Shari said, "Oh yes, yes. Your Krishna is definitely Madan Mohana, as long as my Radha is on his left side. If he is alone, he is only Madana. And my Radha is Madana Mohana Mohini. She is the enchanter of your Madan Mohan also."
Well, my Krishna, he lifted Giriraj on his finger, little finger of his left hand.
"Oh, really? That's because my Radha transferred all her powers into him. Otherwise, how could he have lifted Govardhan Hill?
Well, my Krishna is the life of the whole universe.
Oh, really? My Radha is actually the life of that life of yours.
My Krishna's head is beautifully decorated with a peacock feather.
Do you know why? Only because my Radha's name is marked on that peacock feather. Radha. This name is there on the peacock feather. That's why your Krishna is wearing this peacock feather on his head, you know?
But the peacock feather on my Krishna's head leans to the left.
Aha! Do you know the reason why? The reason is because the peacock feather on your Krishna's head, it wants to bow down to my Radha's lotus feet.
All right, let's change the subject. My Krishna is the moon.
Aha! And my Radha is the trap that captures your Krishna.
There's no need to quarrel uselessly. Let us just glorify the youthful couple together.
Oh, yes, yes. I happily agree to this. Don't just fight with me because your Krishna is great. My Radha is Brajeshwari. She's the queen of your Krishna's Vrindavan.
So this was the loving quarrel between the two parrots, Shuka and Sari, that Sriman Mahaprabhu witnessed. And after hearing the parrots' loving quarrel, Sriman Mahaprabhu watched the dance of the peacocks, seeing their bluish necks. He remembered Krishna, who expertly dances like a peacock to please Shri Radhe. And Mahaprabhu became so overwhelmed in ecstatic love that he fainted and he fell down on the earth. Somehow he came back to consciousness and he continued his parikrama of Shri Brajadham.
Jai, 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 Shri Radhe. So this was our Japa tip for today. We hope that you all enjoyed this beautiful pastime of the wonderful parrots that Gauranga Mahaprabhu was seeing, talking and arguing, quarreling amongst themselves, and just describing and discussing the qualities of Sri Krishna. So today we will sing a very special bhajan, and today's bhajan we dedicate to our dearest Rasika and her wonderful family, our dearest Nutan Mataji and her wonderful family, our dearest Anjudi and her wonderful family, our dearest Hemangi Mataji and her family, our dearest brother and his family, our dearest Bhakti Mataji and Krishna Sharanam Prabhu, our dearest Hari Prasad Prabhu, the family of our dearest Amrita Radhika, and our dearest Keshavi and her wonderful family, and the devotees of the Sikandrabad, Hyderabad congregation. And we also pray for little Mehek.
May the Supreme Lord, Nrsingadev and Shri Damodar grant protection and fearlessness to all of us.
Haribo.
So while we are singing this wonderful bhajan, we request everyone to please offer the lamps and to Shri Shri Radha Damodar during this bhajan. And it would be wonderful if you can turn on the cameras so that everyone can then take darshan.
Haribol. So this song today is a song written by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, where we are singing this bhajan because this was the mood of Bahula, the cow that we discussed today. This is the mood of the Brahmana who was taking care of Bahula. So in that mood, we are going to sing this bhajan today, where Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, my mind, body, and my family, whatever may be mine, I have surrendered at your lotus feet, O youthful son of Nanda Maharaj.
In good fortune or in bad fortune, in life or in death, all my difficulties have disappeared by choosing your lotus feet as my only shelter.
Slay me or protect me as you wish, for you are the master of your eternal servant.
It is your will that I be born again, then may it be in the home of your devotee.
May I be born again even as a worm, so long as I remain your devotee. I have no desire to be born as Brahma, who becomes averse to you.
I yearn for the company of that devotee who is completely devoid of all desire, worldly enjoyment, or liberation.
Father, mother, lover, son, Lord, preceptor, and husband, you are everything to me, my Lord.
Thakur Bhakti Vinod says, O Krishna, please hear me. O Lord of Radha, you are my life and soul.
Haribo. অর্পিনুতু আপদে নন্দ কিশোর।
Jai Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki
Jai
Shri Bahulavana ki
Jai
Shri Bahula Gai ki
Jai
Shri Radha Damodar ki
Jai
Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki
Jai
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai
Jai
Srila Guru Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai.
First, who was Putana in her previous life and what was her desire?
Second, whom is Bahula named after? Sorry, Bahulavan named after.
Third, how was Bahula saved from the tiger?
Fourth, explain Basauti and Chatikara.
Fifth, where does the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani prevail?
Hari Hari Bol. Thank you so much, dearest Ananga Mohini Gopika, for the fantastic quiz questions.
So let's open the lines now for questions, comments, reflections, and realizations.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
So beautifully explained in so much detail. You know, the story of a cow and the tiger, I've been hearing since my childhood. But then they don't talk about Krishna or anything. They just talk about cow and the tiger, how the cow got saved and everything. But I didn't know that was Krishna's pastime. That was okay. And also the story, you know, the glories of Kartik with the birds. That was so enjoyable, so nice. Each bird talking about Krishna and Radha, who is greater, my Krishna is greater, my Radha is greater. That is really, really wonderful. So again, thank you Mataji, thank you Prabhuji for taking us on the parikrama every day in the Kartik month. And all the glories to Kartik month, all the glories to Radha Damodar, Yashoda Damodar.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Bhakti Mataji. Hare Krishna.
All
Hare
glories to Advaita Prabhu and Kalasya Mataji.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Please accept my obeisances. How are you?
Good, Prabhu.
Thank you for this nice narration. Always like the way you narrate the, the conversation between the two, the he and the she parrot. You've done it in the past. It's really nice, and also very nice pastime about the Bahula cow and the tiger. It reminded me also of the pastime where Krishna also protected Raghunath Das when he was at the, there was a tiger there, and he was there, and Krishna was ready with his bow and arrow. So thank you again for this nice pastime. And I had one quick question. Now, I've read somewhere that when, about Radha Kund, that people take bath and all that. And then I think I came across somewhere where it was said that we as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we just take the water and put it in our hand, don't really put our feet in the water. Is that right, or is this okay to take the bath in there?
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, we had a very detailed discussion on this in yesterday's session. During the question answer session, we had a very detailed, beautiful discussion where we read quotations from Srila Prabhupada from the Nectar of Instruction. Actually, in the text 11, the purport Srila Prabhupada says that it is a very important limb in our devotional service to take bath in the Radha Kund. Now, there is a very proper procedure that we must follow when we are entering the waters of Radhakund. As you said, very correctly said, that we should not, enter with our feet first. We must first offer obeisances, then sprinkle the water on our head and just enter extremely respectfully and just take 3 dips and come out. Uh, Gauranga Mahaprabhu took bath in this way, Srila Prabhupada. This is the way it is given that we should take, but we should, the way what is said in Gaudiya Vaishnavas is that we must not frolic in the waters of Radha
Okay.
Kund.
Okay. So
We should
very
not go
respectful.
swimming around. We
Right.
should
Okay.
not, do any kind of, jalakrida like that.
Right.
We should not do. We should be very respectful in the waters of Radha Kund and Shama Kund because it's the liquid manifestation of the divine couple.
Okay. And when you said take 3 dips, does it mean?
Swami used to take baths daily 3 times there.
Yeah.
Of
Oh,
course,
okay.
we are not comparing ourselves with him. He was also doing other austerities, drinking only
Right.
one, little milk. But yeah, we Prabhupada, when devotees were frolicking, Prabhupada stopped them, said, "Come out. We should not frolic in there." But in Nectar of Instruction, he writes that one should bathe in the waters of Radha Kunda.
So yes, there is a lot of, sometimes there's this school, there's that school, but we need to understand what is the right way of entering the waters of Radha Kund, being very respectful.
Sometimes some devotees, they take their gamcha and they, they wet the gamcha and then they pour on top of them.
Oh, okay.
And again, wet the gamcha, again pour. So that
Okay.
way they're taking bath, but not taking bath kind of.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji Mataji. Thank you so much for this clarification.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji Prabhuji, Dhanavad
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat
All
Pranam.
glories go to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you so much for your wonderful session, Mataji and Prabhuji, for taking us to that wonderful parikrama that on the way. And yesterday I thought to ask when you say Bahulashtami, right? So I remember this one today you narrated, right? Bahula story. So I thought to ask, but that is a different reason you said. So I remember this story. It is very heartfelt. I mean, very, very heart-melting story. So how they are 3 members, the calf and the cow and the Brahmana. They are very much, no words to say apart from that. It's very good. And the conversation between Shari and Shuka, right? They're both
Yes.
parrot. Yeah, it is very, very wonderful. We also feel experience that they are talking in front of, in our eyes, we are able to see that imagination. We are there as like Mahaprabhu and we are observing the conversation. But you both beautifully depicted that one. Yeah. So we thought like, oh, in this way, this parrot will be talked like that. Okay, that's one. But in one more first time, I remember you both already explained to us when Lord Shiva was speaking the Bhagavatam to Mother Parvati, the Sukha will be.
Yes.
I like that one also. Like that it will say, right? That also I like it. This two story I remember always in my heart. So it's very wonderful, Mataji. Daily you're inspiring us. So that's very wonderful. Mataji, one thing I want to ask. Yesterday, due to some circumstances, I missed to offer lamp to Lord Krishna. I mean Damodarji. So whether he will get, how can I please him? Because yesterday I missed because some activities going on my home. I was helping.
No worries, Prabhu. No worries
problem,
at all.
right?
We
I
are
missed to
we are
serve.
offering here lamps on behalf of all devotees also. We are doing that anyway. So we have offered lamp on your behalf, so no problem. But today you can offer extra lamp to
Sure.
Lord Damodar. So
And
that's
also
okay.
make sure that the last 5 days in Bhishma Panchaka, you do that. So then that will take care of the rest of the month as well.
Sure, Prabhuji. Noted, Prabhuji. I'm sorry. I had to ask through you. I'm to Krishna because Siksha Guru.
No.
Please.
Don't worry. One of the glories of Kartik we will read in a few days that when we offer lamps, we are offering for ourselves. But Krishna is more pleased when we remember other devotees and we offer lamp on their behalf. Krishna is extremely pleased by that. So both of us actually try to do that we not only offer lamps like that, but we offer an extra lamp by remembering all the Vaishnavas and everyone. we offer lamp like that. So everyone can do that, so that if any of us miss offering ourselves, at least another devotee is offering for us, you know.
I
It's
will
wonderful
also
if
follow
we
that,
do
Mataji.
that.
Whatever you said, I will also follow it. Wonderful tips
Wonderful.
to all of us. So we will also do the same way which you both are doing. And thank you so much for a wonderful session and wonderful bhajan as well. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam
Thank you
Mataji
so much.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anjudi?
Hare Krishna, Jai Jai Shri Radhe,
Jai Jai Shri
Dandavat
Radhe.
Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
As just now all the Prabhujis said, what else to more we can ask for? It was such a beautiful narration, and this pastime is such a favorite of mine. And today I don't know why I was remembering when I was hearing this pastime of Bahula and the tiger. I was remembering little Garima, because I remember last time she was asking such funny questions, very
Yes.
sweet questions she was asking, and it had inspired her. Somehow in my memory, she was just flashing today, and I was
Yeah.
like, missing her.
Yes.
So, and it's such a beautiful pastime and teaches us so much, like so much of takeaways from this story. Otherwise, we get so carried away. Ki nahi, like, but this teaches us so much of sacrifice, so much of love for others,
Mm.
and so many takeaways. And there's your narration is again beyond words of both the parrots ka. It was so sweet, Bhaiya and Bhabi, the way you had, and the coordinations between both of you, it's come so natural. I always wonder how you do it. Do you practice before? I just want to ask you. Do you
We didn't
practice
have
this?
time. We just told each other, ठीक है, आप शुक्र मैं सारी बस हो गया चालू.
No, but even the narration of the stories you do, the way it goes so fluently, as if you have practiced. I think so. After we will practice also, then also we won't be able to perform like this. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
It's
It's
all by
very,
the
very
mercy
nice.
of the Vaishnavas, mercy of our spiritual masters. Thank you.
Yes, I think so. भगवान की बहुत राधा रानी की और कृष्ण भगवान जी की बहुत कृपा है आप दोनों पे, और आप दोनों वैसे ही दिखते हैं. So God bless you always, Bhaiya and Bhavi.
Thank you, Dee. Thank
We
you
are
so
also very blessed to have the association of you and all the devotees. So we also have so much of takeaways. And I just now, as Prabhuji just asked about offering, actually it was going on my mind. I keep on telling my children also, come and lit the lamp and all. So at least, sometimes they will do, sometimes they forget. So okay, now I will do on their behalf
their
at least.
behalf. Yes.
Yeah, because both the times I'm doing it, but now I will do on their behalf also. So that will take
Yeah.
care of it. And is there any counting, like we have to lit these lamps? Like in Pashuddha I remember you told us to do 33.
33. Yes.
But
Yes.
in this also,
Kartik,
do we? No.
unlimited, as many as you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's I just wanted to ask you. So thank you for everything. Again, looking forward for all the
Thank you.
classes.
Thank you. Thank you, Dee. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Jai
Hare
Jai Shri
Krishna.
Radhe.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Anyone else? If not, we will continue tomorrow, same time. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam
Patitanam pavanebhyo
pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Navadeo
namo
Namo Namah.
namaha.
Anantakoti
Anandakoti
Vaishnava
Vaishnav
Vrinda
Vrinda ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai. Jai. Thank you so much, Mataji Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so much.
Prabhu.
Thank you
Hare
so
Krishna
much.
Mataji, Prabhuji,
Thank you,
Dandavat
Amrita
Pranam.
Radhika. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you,
Everything
Keshu.
was so lovely. I love the Japa tip. Everything. Your sessions are incredible. All the time. You and Prabhuji are just absolutely incredible. Such a model. Such a model. Thank you so much.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Amrita Radhika. Love you. Hare
Please
Krishna.
Love
accept my humble
you.
obeisances unto your lotus feet, Mataji and Prabhuji. As
Hare
Anjali
Krishna.
Mataji has said, the conversation of a parrot is so beautiful actually. I was just listening, but when you started like listening, you both are talking, then immediately I was seeing the video because I'm doing cooking while hearing. So when I came and I on the video and I was seeing you both of you, it's so beautiful. And like Anjali Mataji is sharing is so cute. When she talks in Hindi, I really like her. Maybe one day I wanted to see her also, take her blessings and take her darshan. Hare
Jai.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Thank you so
Krishna.
much.
Thank you, Keshari. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji and Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Veena Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Vishnu Sakha Prabhu.
Thank you
for
so much
joining.
for your association, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you
Hare
Mataji
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Suriname devotees ki
Jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you.